We hear enough of the upside down jokes on the fucking daily basis from having Australian friends for the most part.
Holy fucking shit, boys.
There we go.
We are fucking live.
Oh, that's just so stereotypical. That's perfect. Oh fuck.
Holy fucking shit, boys.
Just here with all
It
my
has
heads.
been fucking forever. We have homies from GTA in here. We have homies from fucking everywhere. The ginger cunt decided to reappear. I gotta move fucking names around. And, I'm completely not as organized as I should be. But we got Brock on with us this week. He's one of the circle of friends for podcasting and stuff like that. He's a podcaster as well. He comes from the land down under. Obviously, he's upside down. We had to flip his camera right side up. But yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I can't flip it anymore, guys. I tried.
Look, I'm personal friends with our Prime Minister, so I'm going to try and get him to do something about it. But yeah,
Maybe they'll actually.
Can't they just flip everything? Like, what's stopping you guys in the end?
yeah, like we flip birds, we do everything, So,
Flip burgers, flip birds, fuck,
yeah,
flip the whole country, mate. Stop being upside down.
just means that Tasmania would be at the top, and
Oh, you can't have that. You can't
no,
have
because
that.
as we all know, the map of Tassie is down below. You get what I mean?
Shit flows downhill. Yeah.
Oh, not so much that. If you think what a map of Tassie is,
Tasmania is
back
a
to the
fucking
70s.
arrow? Really?
No.
It's kind of
No.
a triangle shape.
Oh, really?
Triangle shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, map
I was
of
like,
Tassie is
so do all
slang for,
countries just have like a
bush.
Mexican piece of shit country underneath of them? Is that really what it is? Like Canada
No,
has
there's-
the United States.
I was about
United
to say
States
it's
has
certainly true for
Mexico.
Canada.
Like
Well,
you just go
it's-
down, every place is shittier as you fucking go down.
Yeah, well, Tassie's a state, so yeah. Even though some people think it's a different country, but yeah,
Yeah.
but they're the
Well, I
ones
mean,
with the
one-
two heads.
Australian
and
states, the majority of them are the size of a lot of fucking countries. Like, they'd probably place up there if they were all their own countries, area-wise. They'd be fucking up there.
yeah, well, Australia's as big as America in mass
Right, yeah.
and size. It's just
A lot
that
of people forget that.
Not on the
Yeah.
globe. Not on the globe. It looks like it's about the size of fucking Rhode Island. It's smaller
Just
than
a-
one of my nuts.
we don't have many people in the guts of it. We're a coastal.
They just
country.
shrink it down where no one
Yeah.
lives. Yeah, they just
Yeah.
cinch all the coast together. Exactly.
Because I think we've got one cattle station or something like that that's about as big as Texas. So that's just
Holy fuck! Wow,
that's just a private land. So
that's insane.
somewhere
That's
out there,
fucking wild.
apparently. Yeah.
Those numbers are so fucking stupid because the way the actual countries are shown on maps and everything make no fucking sense when you hear things like that. Because it's like Texas is one of the largest economies in the fucking world. I believe in the top 10.
Well, isn't California like the second or something?
Yes, I believe. I believe it's third. But
third,
yeah. As a whole, like thinking that it's one of the top 10 largest countries worth GDP wise, and it's still the size of a full entire country, a section of a country, that's insane. Because the
Well,
only
I've
other
seen
thing
them-
that land mass wise, you have Russia and China, and that's about it.
Well, I've seen a land like a map, and someone superimposed all different countries inside of Australia.
Yeah.
To show
Oh
how
yeah,
big
you
it
can
get.
fit like 2 Europes inside of fucking.
Oh yeah, you get over here,
yeah.
they're just like a little bit of England
And the
there, a bit of
Mediterranean in
Ireland.
between them. Fuck.
No, this shit's crazy. Thank you for Gfuel for fueling me and Ippo today. We have absolutely
truly
done
legends.
fucking retarded ass bogan bullshit. Go check
I
out
wouldn't be able to do it without copious amounts of caffeine. I couldn't handle it.
the level of sillies we've had on this GTA server in the past 24 hours, let alone the past couple weeks. I'm
floored that I'm playing Grand Theft Auto fucking roleplay servers to begin with, let alone the fact that I'm having as much fun as I still am. 2 months on playing this shit, man.
Use code
You still
RMTS
get
to
to
check out.
punch hookers in that, or
Oh yeah, you can't like do anything silly with them, but you can definitely run them over. That's a classic. That's a staple of Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, that'll never change.
Yeah, so I was streaming the other day. Shout out to the people that were watching the stream and hanging out with me in the stream. I'm part of the Secret Service with Ippo for the Prime Minister of the entire fucking server. He's one of the people that helps bring shit in and all that stuff. And I ended up getting stuck fucking alone by myself with just me and the Prime Minister. And I wasn't even part of the Secret Service yet. Didn't even have a conversation with the man. I was like, you know what? This is time for some sillies. So our friend Token fucking disconnected in the middle of the fucking game. He's like, I don't even know where we're going. And he had something happen at work. So he had to go handle that. I'm like, fuck. What the fuck is about to happen? Because the Prime Minister just got kidnapped as he got called away for work. So I just...
You're solo protecting him.
Solo protecting him.
No one else
and
around.
I don't even have eyes on him. Just all of the sillies are about to happen. So I was like, wait, character. Which character can I... The dumb motherfucker that just spouts fucking conspiracy theories and fucking Transformers. Transformers 1. The old guy that runs Sector 7.
The dude with the wavy hair.
Oh my fuck. The crazy old guy. Yeah.
Yes. He in the second
movie. He didn't
movie,
seem like he was on board with all the bad government stuff. Yeah.
In the second movie,
cool.
he lifts up his badge and says, "Motherfucker, I have this and I get away with whatever the fuck I want badge." That guy. In the second movie, he rides in a Maybach. The entire movie, the entire time you see him. But whatchamacallit. So I finally found him. So every single time that I got an update of where he was, I was calling the police department saying, I am one man fighting the entire fucking world alone, trying to save it, and you guys don't fucking care that I'm an American fucking hero. Go fuck yourself, you fucking cops. You literally do fucking... And they are all fucking pissed off at me and whinging so hard that I've never heard somebody break character because they're frustrated with somebody yelling at them because they can't do their job appropriately.
Oh, fuck. So, like, for just a hair more context,
Yeah.
this fucking Grand Theft Auto server is just, it's obviously based in Australia. So, like, 99% of the fucking people in there are Australian. So, like, most of the North Americans that are in there are just, like, us and our extended friends. And we started, like, fucking around just impersonating all the different, like, fake federal agencies that are in, like, the whole Grand Theft Auto universe. And then all the cops got a good kick out of it. So then we just kept going further and further and kept pushing it and seeing how close we could get to, like, impersonating the police without actually impersonating the police. And then it fell into being a Secret Service role for their Prime Minister. And they made it a legit job. Now we just fuck around on there. And
Yeah.
just
To the
eat it
point
up.
where the rules don't matter.
Oh, we're above the law. Yeah, we're above the
Yes.
law. A lot of people
So
don't like that.
you are
Yeah.
not allowed to kill people in the server. You are supposed to play it like it is real life. I had somebody walk up to the Prime Minister and go to pick him up. I said twice, do not touch him, do not touch him, bang, 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 don't touch my taser. He's like, thank you, mate. So he heals him and says, if you look at me, if you turn around and try and help me, if you try and do anything towards me, Zach is going to put you back on the ground. There's not going to be an answer from this at all, ever. You will get shot again. He has the crosshair on your head. I promise you. It's going to be just as quick as the last one. All of this in front of the police. The second time I go to shoot somebody, the police helped me kill somebody in front of them.
So in the span of like a day, we went from being the most notorious criminals on this fucking server to like the cops are just like helping us shoot people because we're pretending to be Secret Service. It's so entertaining. I never thought I'd get this much fun at a Grand Theft Auto, but like it's fucking hilarious.
And like doing voices and shit that I do on here and everything else, it is weird because I'll flow in and out of character very quickly. I'll go into fucking Alex Jones. Who the fuck knows what the hell's going on? And it just flows. You'll be able to pick it back up whenever you hear something and it triggers, or you don't fucking say anything like it at all. I can hold a character for as long as I fucking want for some reason in this fucking setting, and I have no idea why.
It's hilarious. Yeah. Okay, so most of us are have made like characters that are based off of someone in like one of two TV shows. There's one show called Snowfall that's about like CIA fucking smuggling cocaine into the country and helping dudes cooking into crack, and so it's just a dramatization of like how crack cocaine exploded basically. So we're all got characters that are based off of that. And then another show called Mayor of Kingstown, which is just like these dudes who are a go-between. Jeremy Renner's the main star in it. Anyway, there's like 2 seasons of it. It's fucking good.
Oh,
They're like
is
go
that the one
between.
he's taken off obviously because of his snowplow incident.
Yeah, the third season of that one's up in air, and they kind of ended the second season for shit.
Emotional damage.
That's a good show. That one's just about his family, like being the go-betweens between the gangs and prison guards and the police and shit. And we're trying to do that exact shit, like in this fucking server and role play as those characters too. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah,
having way too much fun with this, honestly.
And as I said, shout out to Gfuel. Use code RMTS to check out for 20% off.
20%.
In 5 hours, I've been up for 25 hours.
It's fine.
Yep. I'm just gonna keep going because
that's just one day.
Why not?
Why would you sleep now? You're just gonna fuck yourself up twice as much.
Exactly. Why would I not fuck myself up twice as much by drinking 2 bottles of alcohol right now and going for a 3-day bender, ending with me streaming with a Chinese chess player on Twitch and then berating all my friends about it.
That's a deep cut.
Chinese. Wow.
It's direct, isn't it?
That's a deep cut. I don't want to call it an inside joke. That's like an inside stab at someone.
No.
A good mate of ours who
okay.
He just packed his bags and left a while back. We don't have to get into this again.
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
No.
Just insane.
This heart attack is sponsored by Gfuel. No, they don't sponsor any heart attacks. They are completely healthy.
Heart attack free. Guaranteed heart attack free.
No sugar. That's fucking good ass shit. But so there was quite a few topics that I wanted to touch on tonight. And I think we're going to push one of them all the way out to the end because I didn't get to dual stream because my fucking MacBook is shitting the bed. But I think we're going to put that at the end in case they decide to get fucky with TOS. We're going to talk about the shit with Target. We're going to talk about the shit with fucking Call of Duty removing fucking operators and shit because of people's comments. Probably like an hour and a half into the show or so. But Brock, what do you do, bud? You said that you've done stand-up comedy and stuff like that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
That was a while ago. That was open mic. So I did about 10 of those. That was for a comedy competition because in Australia, in Melbourne, every year there's Melbourne International Comedy Festival. It's like the big festival where the international acts head out. So they have what's called Raw Comedy. So I did that a few years back. Went okay, but didn't get past the initial heats. Like I said to you prior to the show starting, sort of been dabbling in podcasting since about 2014, on and off. Currently doing a podcast with a fellow countryman of yours that's based in Boston. So we hook up every week and basically talk crap about what's going on. Whatever goes on during the week, like.
No, absolutely. Shit's fucking weird right now. Like, absolutely fucking weird. You have.
It's not hard to do that with the shit that goes on in the world. To just do that once a week. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Man.
So it's a bit of everything. It's a bit of, news, pop culture, ragging on each other. And
no, exactly.
Doesn't sound like far off what we do, honestly.
Yeah.
Same
shit. Last show we spoke about, I don't know if you know that the Netflix are doing the Arnie doco on Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I thought you were going to go into the password sharing thing. I think I've seen a fucking ad for that.
Yeah, so they're doing that on Netflix. I think it drops later this month.
So that's a documentary that's on Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Yeah, on his life.
Isn't it based around like the 80s and 70s fucking action movies? Isn't it not necessarily just him? It's him and Stallone. I thought that's what the
him.
I thought that's what the ad was.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I don't know if this is an L take, but those movies just do not get me excited.
Like some Terminator, 80s action movies hit different, man.
Terminator 2 is fun. Absolutely.
They fell off after T2.
But as a whole, I'm not like I'm gonna go watch those again. I'm gonna go enjoy them.
Just dropped
I'm a sucker for T1, T2. I'll rewatch them at least once a year. Yeah.
I didn't mind Dark Fate, the last one they did.
I
So,
saw that one in theaters and was thoroughly surprised. Actually, it was a
Yeah,
lot of fan service, but it was still a pretty good movie. I like.
Yeah,
that
I
one.
didn't mind
Yeah.
that. Genesis and Salvation, yeah, whatever. But
yeah, all right.
yeah, I thought Dark Fate, yeah, got shortchanged. I didn't, you know.
A lot of people shit on it. I fucking liked it. I don't know why it got all the criticism it did. Yeah, I liked it.
No,
it's a good movie.
There's a lot of movies that I'm like, they were really fucking good, and everybody's like, they're shit. The one that I don't get the most is my favorite movie out of the entire fucking series, the Transformers series. Which one is your favorite?
Well, I haven't seen the new one. So
The new one is probably shit. I watched the first 20 minutes of it. But out of those original 5,
I haven't seen all of the 5 because I lost track at about 3 or 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
I think the last one I saw was when Marky Mark was in them.
So that's 4.
4, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have.
So
he has 4 and 5. I don't know if he's in the new one.
It'd be the original probably, because that's the most I can remember, if anything. And the reason I kind of remember it because that day I broke up with a girlfriend, so my mates took me to see that to get my mind off it.
Fuck.
So
yeah, go watch Megan Fox's ass and don't look at her thumb.
Yeah. So that sort of sticks in the memory of why.
That's fucking funny.
You know, I've always got that attached to it. You know,
exactly. Just think, hey, how could I be sad when I know that thumb is going in her ass and it's shaped like a butt plug?
Yeah. Girlfriend, roll out. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So whatchamacallit? The lower scored fucking Transformers movie out of the first 3 at least is the second one. That is my favorite one. That is Revenge of the Fallen. It's the one that mainly takes place in Iraq. It's more.
Oh, yeah, that has some good action. So with the flipping over in the sand. Yeah.
The plots of them all melt together after the first one
do.
for me because I never rewatched a lot of them, honestly. Yeah.
But as a whole, I like the characters in that movie. The only character that I like that isn't in that movie is Jazz, who dies in the first one. And that's because
the
he was the ghetto one.
Great.
Yeah.
What's the one where it's actually an Australian chick? Because I know at the time it got big news down here, like, oh, she's in the new Transformer movie. Oh, this is, is it
Rosie Hunting Wheatley or whatever? The fucking Victoria's Secret model that took over for Megan Fox?
No. She wasn't. She was actually a Transformer and she was trying to lure Shia LaBeouf.
That is not what I expected that sentence to finish. Yes, the chick that had the tail that come out. That had a little tongue on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
that 3?
Yeah. Yes. That was the first one where they lost Megan Fox. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then the next one was the
first one with
bad dude with the chick with the red hair or whatever. Was it red hair or it was working?
No, that was the first.
Mac on her? Was that the second one?
No,
his new girlfriend.
That was the third movie. That was the same one that you were just talking about.
When they sell a child off, different woman. Yeah.
Yeah. The Mark Wahlberg ones are really like Western or like fucking robotic Westerns, which sounds retarded to put those words together, but like
no, not at all, man. Fucking that became a genre after Westworld. Fucking the 70s. There were like loads of books written in that kind of a weird genre, honestly. Like
speaking of 70s, the fun fact that came out of where we started with the Terminator or the doco on Arnie Schwarzenegger, he didn't originally get cast. They didn't cast him originally as the Terminator.
I never knew that. Fuck off. Really?
You want to guess who got casted or was going to get tapped on the shoulder to be casted?
For around the same time? Not Stallone. Probably not Stallone.
Not an actor at that time. Or he may have acted in one movie.
An athlete of some sort, obviously.
Yes.
Fuck.
I'll give you a hint. He probably would have been good in the shower scene in Psycho.
I don't even know the shower scene in Psycho.
Someone gets stabbed in it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
fucking OJ.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think I do remember hearing this.
To be the Terminator?
Yes, I do think I remember hearing this.
And the reason why he didn't get the gig because they reckon they couldn't sell him as a killing machine.
Yep. And then,
Oh,
like,
well, that didn't fucking age well.
then, like,
Oh
6
my
months
God.
later or a year later, didn't he commit the murders or something like that? It was something
Allegedly.
No,
like that.
a decade later.
Oh,
A
it was
decade.
later?
Yeah, that was a
Okay.
while later. That would be a
Yeah.
while. Still, fuck
Because
man.
on the podcast, I said we talk about it, and I say, and I make a deep fake where I've put the scene where Schwarzenegger walks in the cop shop with the iconic line. But I said to McCarris, I said, "Do you reckon that would change that iconic line to 'I'll be back' to 'I'll be black'?"
Hmm.
He's
Oh
like,
my fucking God.
He's like, no, But yeah, so that would have been interesting. But it's funny.
I mean, that would have flown back then, not today, probably.
Yeah, but I mean, it's funny how he.
Well, I
They
remember
couldn't
that.
sell him as a killing machine, but
I remember that being a huge joke at my house, and I told that in our Discord, and everybody fucking died. They were like, "Yeah, I've heard that a million times." And then I threw the second part in there, and everybody's like, "Wait, I've never heard that one." You remember that reaction? And then B Moves is
saying
like,
I'll be black instead
Yeah.
of I'll be back, and then saying I'll be white black
Yeah.
instead of saying
Yep.
I'll be right back. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a mind fuck the first time I heard
Yep.
it. I was like, wait, what?
and then we went on to try and work out what makes you a killing machine. Is it sort of the speed you do it at, like the efficiency, or the length of time, as
No,
in your numbers?
I don't think it's either of those. And this might make me sound actually sociopathic. So I'm just going to go completely balls deep in here, and whatever the fuck
No
comes
judgment,
out, comes
judgment-free
out.
zone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it is how premeditated you are before you do the act. If you plan every single step out, you are a fucking psychopath. You are a problem. If you impulse kill somebody because you get fucking road rage and you run somebody over like in GTA, how many people genuinely impulse do something? I don't think that's the same level.
Well, we worked out it'd probably be depending on your KPIs, horses for courses,
Oh my fucking God. How many times did you do it before you got caught? I mean, that's gotta fucking be good for something. Like,
it's like your monthly figures down. You got to pick up your quota.
It's weird. It's really, really fucking weird when you go through and you try and learn about like serial killers, or you watch fucking crime documentaries, or even things like when me and Ippo watched the fucking DB Cooper thing. There are so many things where you see like slight holes in this shit that they're like, why the fuck didn't they see this before?
Is that the dude from the airplane that
Yeah.
never found?
So
I've got to try and find that. I saw that and I thought, gee, that looks interesting, and I just
so me and Ippo did a 2-part series reacting to this dude's fucking channel. Absolutely fucking amazing level shit. Like, not low quality, and not low effort really, but very low graphical effort almost. Like it's
just animated fucking
animated
historical fact videos, and they're not like making them look pretty just to grab your attention. Like they're actually fucking.
It's
super
graphic enough for
shit.
you to understand what the fuck is going on, but not graphic enough even to the level of South Park. Thank you for guiding me to that answer, because that was
Close
probably
enough.
a better way to answer it.
Ballpark.
Yeah, exactly. But this dude Lamino is fucking fantastic. He has like 3 or 4 fucking series like that are absolutely top notch. If
is
they
it
put
kind of like
graphics,
the Tower, that documentary? Have you seen that?
He does all of them himself. So he scripts everything. He releases them on YouTube. He does all of the graphics. He even has a YouTube channel for other YouTubers to use the music that he creates for the videos in their own videos. Like he does all of the levels to it.
Yeah, he only does like a couple of videos a year typically, I think, on average. Yeah.
Yeah, but
super high production quality.
That DB Cooper one was like 50-60 million or something like that. It was fucking huge. Absolutely amazing fucking content though. It's so interesting to hear weird shit like that you're like, oh, what the fuck happened?
That's crazy.
Well, now
Stories
Loki
like
now,
that, 'cause
don't we?
that's a relatively modern time, but like people could never get away with that shit nowadays. It would be literally impossible. Like it would have to be a 1 in a fucking billion chance of you never getting caught doing that today. Jumping from an actual fucking airplane and parachuting out after demanding a ransom and already being on the ground. Like, so wild. Such a wild case.
The luck for that is if the missile or the machine gun hits you as you fall out of the plane.
Yikes, yeah. fuck. They'd probably be tailing the plane with something immediately nowadays,
And
unfortunately.
there is zero way that anybody can say you're wrong there, because that is the answer. We've already seen it on 9/11. We already know they will blow shit up. They do not care.
They'll get all the passengers off if another DB Cooper type thing happens again. They'll get all the passengers off and just be like, "Crew, you gotta take one for the team. We're shooting this one down.
Yep, bye."
You'll die heroes."
Should have read that small print.
Yeah,
Guys.
yeah, exactly. That's in the fucking job description, man. You
Guys.
might have to die for your country.
One man saves the world. I promise you. We're going to show the secret society right now.
God.
No, it's crazy when you look at things and how the world actually has changed in not only those circumstances, but as a whole. This shit is fucking weird now. It's getting fucking weird with shit like that. Because if those things fucking happen, it's not fucking okay.
Well, speaking of planes, I saw on another YouTube channel, I think it was some TikTok creator or YouTuber. He hired a plane. He jumped out of it. While it was flying, he was the only one in it. So he planned to fly over, I don't know, some national park or some land that was supposedly unoccupied. He jumped out of it for views to get subscribers. A plane crashed. He got 20 years.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
It was over Southern California. Like, it was very obviously staged because, like, dude had shitloads of GoPros pointed
Everywhere.
towards the cabin of the plane and shit. Like, and it was all stripped out. He had a parachute already on, sitting in the fucking plane. Like, shit, you're not doing that unless you're planning to bail out of a fucking plane, man. You can't just do that.
That flows into the same
man.
exact thing that we were talking about probably a couple weeks ago. It seems like everything's ratcheting up. And I think we were talking about OnlyFans and porn and shit like that then, where, you know, public is the next fucking answer. Everything's not only going to be faked, but it's going to be done in front of everybody because it's going to be the next step. It's kind of logical. It's kind of the forward-facing thing. It seems like as things go, it's what is the next step? What is the next step? What is the next step? When does it reverse?
Yeah. I suppose
When does it
dropping dead?
No, because that's still a viral video. Dropping dead is a viral video. If a dude goes up with a fucking fan on his back and gets turned into mincemeat, I'm sure most people would still click on it.
I mean, like, I've been desensitized to all that fucking horrible
But
shit
it's
that's
still,
out there, but
it's still a viral
some of the
video.
worst of it is to see in, like, some Asian cultures where, like, shit like that, accidents will happen on the street and people just keep fucking walking by, like, don't even pay attention to it. That hits different because that's just like, man, that's how can you witness that and just avoid it? That's so fucked.
Viral. Well, this is going way back when I first got online. So, you know, IRC and MSN, Hotmail, and what's the other one? AOL or whatever.
AOL. Yeah. I wasn't sure if you guys would have had that. Yeah.
They were the big players.
Oh, I miss AIM.
AIM, yeah. But a video came up. I don't know where it was from, but it was two people, a businessman and a businesswoman, trying to cross a train line.
Fuck.
Yep.
They're running. The train's coming. The guy is closest to the train. He's very tall. The girl's, well, smaller, just being a female in general. He's running. They're running together. He sees the train coming, and then he decides, oh, yeah, I can't make it. I'll stop. Kind of blindsides her. She doesn't realize because she's probably just going with him.
Yep.
It might be a fake video because there's been...
Fuck.
As stupid as that sounds, do you know that that's actually a legitimate thing? Have you ever walked next to somebody and just watched how they move? So if you're a dominant person, the woman that's next to you will match how fast your stride is. They will pull themselves up to your speed. If you're a regressive person, you will bring yourself down to their speed.
Well, she didn't pull up in that regard. So she kept walking. Train came. It hit her. Like I said, it's conjecture whether it's a legit video or not. But it hit her, but hit her towards the camera. So she went flying towards the camera. So myself and my brother were watching it. And the first few watches were like, oh, shit, this is, oh, my God. And then about the 10th watch, we were giggling. It was just,
It's horrible,
like,
it's fucking
it's just like,
terrible.
oh,
The
jeez.
worst thing,
Like silly bitch, like
the
look at
worst
that.
thing I've giggled at, and Ippo probably saw this. There was this thing called the Gauntlet a couple years ago,
Yeah, that was
and
a rough
it's
one.
like level 10 or level 12, somewhere in there in the early before the teens. There is a video of a dude getting hit by a subway train. It was one of the platforms that are above ground, but it goes back down under the ground. Think of the platform that goes down and the train tracks are there. The dude gets pinched in between the train and the train tracks, and he fucking spins as the fucking train goes by.
I know exactly the one you're talking about. Not even from that. Like,
The
there's like
second
maybe
time-
a 6-inch gap
Yep.
between the train and the fucking
just
stones, and
spins.
the dude's torso just gets wrapped up. He's like licorice at the end
Yep.
of it. It's bad. It's not a good one.
That was one of the first videos I've seen that I've reacted to the second, third time that I've seen it with a giggle.
I find it hard to laugh at the heavy machinery ones, shit with trains, man. Because like I've been around people. I virtually witnessed a dude lose 3 hands on a fucking massive bandsaw. 3 hands, 3 fingers. Jesus fuck! I'm so fried.
It's all going
Fucking
green, guys.
his hand,
Oh,
his other
bastard.
hand, my
He
hand.
had an extra hand. He lost them all. That's bad.
Well, I was
luck.
lending him a hand, and he fucking lost that one too, man. It was
That's like the
fucked.
old joke. The guy got his fingers cut off. He went to the doctor. He said, "Why didn't you bring him with you? We could have reattached him." He said, "I couldn't pick him up."
Yeah, you're literally making me think of something I repressed from almost a week ago now. I went to shake the right hand of someone who only had a left arm. That was just fucking. Why am I just remembering this now? I don't know.
Oh my
Well,
god.
That was bad.
We
Had to
a
chuckle.
thing-
We had to have a chuckle about that. I was like, "Oh fuck, sorry, mate. I'll give you a
You,
left."
you know the disease or the condition called MSD, motor neurone disease.
Mhm.
Probably.
Like it kind of you live about 8 or 9 years, I think, after you get it.
Yeah.
Pretty much you lose mobility, speech, and swallowing, and that pretty much takes you. We've got a former. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Australian rules football. So it's not.
I've
rugby.
heard about
like
the
rugby and
differences with
football put
Australian
together.
football.
Yeah.
It
No, it's
sounds
not-
interesting.
It's
haven't much-
it's
much
own
much.
football. Yeah,
Mhm.
so it's not rugby, which a lot of people think it's rugby. It's not that. It's not our version of gridiron or NFL. It is. But it's got bits of
Bits of
it's hard to
everything.
explain. Bits of everything, but it's an old game. Like it's been around since early 1800s, so it predates NFL and a lot of other things. But it's our little game. But a former player has got the motor neurone disease, and every year, just this weekend, just gone here. So the Monday, which I believe you guys are still in, is it? You still in, or you just got into Tuesday? Yep.
Yep. Half an
But
hour left for me.
It would be the Queen's birthday long weekend here, but now it's the King's birthday long weekend, so we get the Monday off. So they have an AFL football game, and it's become the one to raise awareness and charity and money.
Oh, cool.
So they do that, and it's called the Big Freeze because they want to freeze out MSD. So they get, I don't know, about 8 celebrities of different walks of life, and they push them down a toboggan into some frozen ice, like an ice bar.
Fuck.
To do
Okay.
And
is that fucking Lou Gehrig's disease? Is that the
I
shit
think
that
it's
everybody
similar.
did the ice bucket challenge for like 50
Like
fucking
ALS
years?
sounds
Yeah.
like it would be a similar
Yeah.
neuromuscular disorder
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So each year he's progressively worse, as in, he used to be able to push
Yeah.
him down himself. They used to be able to pull a lever. Now his arms are just by his side, and they're not even by your side normal. You can tell there's something wrong with him. But as he was it looked really bad. I felt sorry for the kid. As he was walking off the stadium, everyone's cheering like, yeah, this is great. And the kids on the side of the walkway as he's walking out are sort of putting up their hands, trying to give him a high five. And it's like, he can't move his
Fuck.
arm. It
That
just
shit-
looked bad. Like,
That shit,
Just instinctive that you got to do it
Yeah.
though,
Yeah.
regardless, right? That's
That-
so rough.
that shit always pisses me
Fuck.
off. And it sounds stupid to say it that way. But so many people want to treat everybody like they're normal. And a lot of people just aren't. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's just like understanding who the fuck's in front of you. There was this lady that worked at Walmart. She was probably like 5'1", 5'2", and she was shaped like a T-Rex. She had arms that literally did not extend
All right.
past
Yep.
past her elbow. She had little 3-fingered hands that came out of her elbow.
A
Sweetest
maldified
fucking
baby
lady
or
in the
whatever, or-
world. Sweetest fucking old lady in the world. She was a lesbian. It was fucking hilarious when she tried to hit on girls. Absolutely funny. But as a whole, it was fucking weird to like try and see other people hand her things because they would expect her to be normal. Oh, reach out and grab it. It's like you're being a jackass. Then you're going to act like they're the bad person because they're not being kind. It's just stupid. Like everybody just assumes normality and it's the
Right?
only
It's just
answer.
instinctual when you go to do something like that. Like,
But
I went to shake the right hand of a guy who didn't have a right hand. Like,
Like,
and I
assuming-
saw him first. I know he didn't have a right hand, and it was just muscle
Well, it's,
memory. Shit
comedy-
happens.
But you being
Uh,
squicked by it also is you being an asshole for some reason, and I don't understand. It's like I don't feel bad. I'm just kind of grossed out for a second. Like, leave me alone for a second. Let me have my reaction because I'm confused, and then give me 5 seconds to compose myself, and then we're gonna have an amazing conversation. Just give me 5 seconds, please. I'm not
Well,
a
the whole thing
jackass.
was-
I'm an asshole.
shaking the right hand of someone that didn't have a right arm. There was a comedy show that went on the road here, and two of their performers would take off like I don't know if you guys have like your kids show like Play School or morning kids shows where they'll sing songs and count
Drag time
and
story
read
hour.
books.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they were doing something silly, like similar to if you're happy and clap your hands or whatever. But it was more grown up,
If you're a man and you want to show it, clap your hands. Yes.
yeah, something like
Gotcha.
that. And they said, we're doing that. And then we noticed someone in the crowd wasn't clapping their hands. So we went over to them and we're like, come on, clap your hands. The guy had no arms. But obviously from the stage, they, and they're like, oh my God, like, what do we...
That's fucked, man. Can you imagine how bad you'd feel for singling
So
someone
you
out
were
like
only
that?
half as bad. They were like, yeah.
I've seen the same thing before. It was, I don't even remember who it was, some rapper who was like at some small venue trying to get everyone to like get up and get energized. And it was like, oh man, stand up. And he's trying to get the one guy to stand up. Dude's in a fucking wheelchair, of course.
Yeah. That
Rough
reminds
guy.
me of one of my favorite movies, The Naked Gun.
Fucking so
With the guy in
good.
the wheelchair and he's like, soak it up.
That level of comedy, man, it's not for a lot of people, but like so fucking silly. Like Airplane. The Airplane movies, it's on the same level of that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Nah, I love those movies.
Actually, due for a rewatch. One of our buddies was just talking about Airplane like 2 days ago. Fuck, we should watch them soon.
Hot Shots and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, fuck Caddyshack, man. Everything from around that time. Yeah, grew up on that shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What did I miss?
You
we're
missed
just
so much.
reminiscing.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I know
Catching
you're
up
so
old
greened out.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just talk. You're in Canada, right? Aren't you?
Sure am. Yep. East
yeah.
Coast.
So we're just talking about Commonwealth Games, stuff.
Yeah, like you guys, you don't want to talk about this stuff. It's about like tea and taxes and
Yeah.
Oh,
queen
so
in the
you
game.
know all of the things we actually defeated. My family actually defeated all of that.
We're comparing the
taxes.
Australian dollar to the loonies and the toonies and everything like
Yeah.
that, So
yeah.
the toques and stuff like that, Hey.
Exactly. And then you got pouches and joeys down there, and you got to figure out where the pouches go and where you put your balls and all that shit.
I'm trying to remember. I'm just thinking.
Be careful not to put your balls on a spider because nobody fucking wants that. That sounds painful.
Is it Winnebago? Winnipeg. Shit. Winnipeg.
Winnebago.
Blue
That's a
Bombers?
fucking yeah.
I know. Yeah. That's Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Are they still? Were they still around in the CFL?
Blue Bombers.
Winnipeg.
What the fuck team were they? What sport was this? Even?
CFL.
I know I've heard of them. They were I've never followed CFL. CFL is not massive in Canada. Like you'd be surprised.
Well, I went to a game when I was in Canada, so it was in Winnipeg. So
shit.
Yeah.
Did you just go to Manitoba when you came to Canada?
No. This was a good 20 odd years ago.
Okay.
Before 9/11, actually. So, no, sorry, it might have been after. Might have been just after. But no. I went Toronto, Winnipeg. Where else did I go?
Calgary?
only-
Anywhere like that?
No, I didn't go Calgary. I think it was the only two. 'Cause we flew in. Toronto was where I flew into. So sort of went LA, Chicago, Toronto.
Shit.
And then I think I must have busted over to Winnipeg because I know I went down. I had like a 40-hour Greyhound bus ride from
I'm gonna say that'd be a hell of a ways to bus from Toronto to Winnipeg. That's got to be 2 days.
Yep.
Yeah,
or
least.
something, but then to go down to the States as well because I kind of do.
Oh, okay.
So you just took
I
a
think it
world
was-
tour before
Yeah,
9/11.
no, I
Yeah,
think it was
fuck, you're all over the
North
place,
Dakota,
man.
South Dakota, New Mexico, I think it was.
Nebraska.
And then we'll back up around to I think because I ended up in where was it?
Montana.
No, it was not.
Would have been further east than that. Michigan kind of area, Illinois, maybe.
No, it was
Wisconsin?
sort of more on the west coast because it was raining a lot.
Seattle,
Yeah, well, I
Washington?
didn't end up in Seattle. I was in Portland.
Oregon.
In Oregon, yeah.
What is some more? But the town had the same name as a Canadian town, city.
There is a Vancouver in Washington. I'm pretty
that was
sure
it.
because
Yeah,
Vancouver
Vancouver.
is the biggest city in British Columbia, and they're like
Yeah,
bordering each
Vancouver in
other.
Washington. That's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it a split city like fucking? Like St.
Not
Louis and
really.
shit?
It's like I think it's a suburb, like less than an hour outside of Seattle, which is really confusing for a lot of people because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's not the same
Well-
Vancouver that most people know.
Oh, whatchamacallit? The only thing that I remember Vancouver for, do you remember playing Tony Hawk Underground 1? When you,
Of course, the
when it's the
Vancouver.
last fucking...
Mhm.
Oh, I loved that fucking indoor
Too good.
fucking skate park, man.
The skating room,
last
yeah.
fucking, yeah. The
So
last
good.
fucking competition. That story is fucking fire.
And then what? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 or 3 had the Canada map that was just like everything coated in fucking snow. Just so stereotypical.
That was
Surprised there weren't like beavers and moose in that one. Kind of
that was
disappointed,
the
honestly.
third fucking best map in that entire game.
I liked all the trees you could grind on and shit in that one. That was kind of good. It's an accurate depiction of Canada, like half of the year, not all year round.
I know there's
It
no
gets
timber
hot. Oh,
in
we've got
Georgia.
fucking hella wildfires here. We've got like wildfires across my province here,
Yeah.
Ontario, Quebec right now, and we're getting none of the smoke. It's just blanketing fucking
No,
New
I
York
think
right
Boston's getting most of it because my co-host for the
now. It's
podcast
flown
is
all
like,
fucking south from here.
It's
Yeah.
like it's crazy. It's like it's here and we've got an air alert.
New
you know?
York City and all the way up to past Albany. We're at 300 ppm, I believe. Normal is 40. Around Syracuse, they were saying that there was chances of permanent damage from the air quality because it was over
110%.
550.
New York City, like not even a week ago, was the second worst city on the air quality index on the planet behind Delhi in fucking India because of this wildfire smoke from Canada.
The
like,
numbers
it
they-
blanketed the place. It
the
was
number
fucked.
they counted it at was 369. You want to know what I had the same day? 385.
Holy fuck.
I was watching it because
That's
the baby
insane.
has lung problems and everything else. So like
Oh,
I
yeah,
have to
Jesus.
be aware of it. I was like,
Keep her closed up.
no, that's not the end. No, that's second worst most populated city maybe. But there's like Syracuse was at 550 or 600 that day. It was bad.
Man, the pictures of that shit looked like fucking from the second Blade Runner movie, like when fucking
the first
they're
day of
going
that
back
shit.
to like the old parts of LA that are just all orange and smoky looking.
It'd be like
It's freaky.
like what we had a year or so ago. Was it?
Oh, yeah, that's
A couple of
just
years back?
fucking-
Yeah.
yearly occurrence for you guys. It's
The
rough,
first day
man.
that shit happened, there was a fucking thunderstorm at the same time. So I walked outside and everything was orange. I look up again and the sky is fucking green with orange swirls in it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's that what's that? It's that thing that where you can only see it at a certain place.
Aurora Borealis. I
The
am
lights or
north
whatever it
enough
is, yeah.
for that, but this was 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I had no idea about the fire going on. So I
You
was
know it's
really
a-
confused because green is normally tornadoes and I live on top of a mountain. That shouldn't happen. So I
Well,
was
it's actually a
completely lost.
sneak attack from Canada on America. You realize?
Yeah,
that,
it's
don't you?
actually a nuclear
payback,
warhead
man.
that
It's
Russia
smoking you
set
out,
off. Yeah.
literally.
The fucking we could outsmoke them any day of the week, man. Fuck, don't even have to try. No.
Motherfucker, you fall
may not
asleep
have-
at your desk 3 times
I
out of the
outsmoke
week.
myself on a daily basis at least.
You can't
twice a day,
outsmoke
yeah.
your
Like,
desk,
Give us
my
back
friend.
Bryan Adams and Alanis Morissette.
Oh fuck. Those are the 2 stereotypical? That's what you're going for? Alanis Morissette? Yeah.
Oh, well, I could say Drake if I want to be a little bit more.
Drake and Celine Dion? Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
common pair that people would pick. Don't pick
But hey,
Bieber.
look,
Whoever
I
you're
grew
gonna
up
pick,
watching-
don't pick
you-
Bieber.
I grew up
Bieber
watching
might
You
be
Can't
the
Do That on
largest thing you
television,
got.
So, yeah.
I would rather have Bieber than a blackface fucking prime minister.
Hey,
We
look,
gotta get rid of this guy.
No, it was
I
Brown.
can't
Get it
formulate
right.
all my opinions on here and keep us within terms of service. I love Justin Trudeau. He's
Yeah.
a hell of a guy.
I know you don't want to go to jail. It's okay. I
Hell of a
understand.
guy.
It was more brown, wasn't it, than black?
It was complete blackface.
He's done both. He's done
Yes.
both
I've done both.
on camera.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
and worse.
Yep.
Embezzled millions.
No, but
He's fine.
it's his facial routine, isn't it? It's one of those masks that you peel off.
I don't know.
You want to
See
know
it
what
on
my
YouTube all the
facial
time,
routine
all the-
is and why I look
He
so
was dressed
fucking-
up like Aladdin. The rest of I don't think that was coincidence.
No,
he
you wanna-
could have been coming from a Halloween party and then went to get a facial, but I don't know. I don't think so.
You want to know what I love doing and giving facials to? Myself with Gfuel.
How did I know? How did I know you were gonna transition into something sexual? Use the word
No.
facial. Fuck.
Oh. You want to know what I didn't get out of 7 hours? Giving somebody a facial.
That's rough.
Yep, that's shitty part. Didn't even get to finish. Fucked up. Ruining time. That's fucking horrible.
You're gonna make me say terms of service words, man. I'm rusty. I'm trying to think of what can I not say?
There's
Yeah,
like
can't say that.
What?
there's
Definitely can't
What
say
is
that.
this? Yes, you typed that TOS, and that I was like, what?
so
what?
Twitch's terms of service are very, very direct but very loose at the same time. I could
Okay.
tell you the words, but it's
So-
going to make you more inclined to use
So,
them.
so kind of,
Yeah.
kind of like a prostitute, very direct but loose at the same time.
Oh my fucking-
More loose than that. More like
Okay.
a prostitute's grandma who was also a prostitute.
Oh, okay.
But at the very, very top that only got touched by certain penises, it's very, very tight and there's no acceptance at all.
But still loose.
Cool.
But everything else you don't feel at all.
See, we our podcast we stream it on. We've only just really recently got it on Twitch, but
Yep.
a Twitch account. But I think we only have one follower, maybe 2. But we don't do anything live, so to speak. It's
Yeah,
just
pre-recorded.
Oh,
pre-recorded
okay.
that drops live at the same time as
Yeah.
On a channel similar to Jukebox.
Yeah.
Um,
YouTube, Facebook, all the normal shit.
yeah.
So you guys just use the premiere feature on YouTube and shit now,
Yeah.
for that when you load it up,
Uh,
so subscribers can see coming
no,
up,
no.
like you appear at the top of sub boxes before the videos drop, kind of thing. No,
No, we just
Just
I
post them.
Just schedule it
Yeah.
for the 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time American, which is 9 p.m. Australian time where I'm at, and
Shit.
on a Friday, and
This
try and have it.
this might help break down Twitch TOS and how little it makes sense. So there's this one chick, Alinity. Think she's a thought, not positive. She
Potential.
got banned for 3 days for a nip slip. Understandable. You're not allowed to be nude on fucking Twitch. There's kids that are under 18.
Oh, I thought you
here.
were gonna say you're not allowed to have Asians on there when you said nip slip, but yeah.
She danced, and I believe they assumed her ass cheek showed, and she was permanently banned.
See, ass cheek
Wow.
is a tough one. They say that you can't see outline of genitals. Buttocks is okay. You can have as much cleavage as you want. You don't want to see nipple, but no underboob. Like you could have 2 feet of boob, but no underboob. Not an inch of
And
underboob. I don't get it.
absolutely, whatever you do, just like I yelled at Cloudy a couple weeks ago, no fucking feet, you weirdos.
No feet. Cloudy almost ripped his feet out. No one wanted to see them fucking feet.
Well,
man.
I've got arseless chaps on, so luckily my camera doesn't
Yeah,
go down.
please don't
yeah.
stand up.
Fucking perfect. Yeah.
Your big ass Joey tail will just flop right out.
You want to see me pouch? No.
No, Cloudy, we did not want to see. I promise you. If anybody wanted to see some
no one
weird
wanted to
ass
see your
feet,
dogs, man.
it's absolutely mine that look like potatoes that are smashed. But nobody wants to see those either. I promise you.
I'm not a foot person. I don't even like my own feet, let alone someone else's. So.
That's one. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying not to kink shame. That's a fucking hard one to wrap my head around, man.
No.
Can't.
You wanna know?
I don't know.
You wanna know what?
Feet smell.
You wanna know how to make yourself the most depressed in the world? Imagine having a foot fetish, right? And then also, your girlfriend has a foot fetish, but you just found out you have diabetes and your feet are necrotic. You're gonna lose something.
Fuck.
Which part? The girlfriend or the toes?
She might be into
She might suck them
necrophilia.
off.
She might be into necrophilia as well. So
She
win-win.
might just suck the toes off.
Suck them off. That's the best situation out of all of them.
The worst thing would be
It
in
coming
the
off and it
Armenian
just
mob.
going.
No, if you're in the Armenian mob, then you don't like feet because I think they lop feet off. So I'd hate to have that job. Yeah.
That's a fucking horrible thing to have happen. Could you imagine being stuck as a fucking peg leg? That'd be brutal.
I saw a really.
Oh no, they kill the person.
Oh,
they don't leave
okay.
them. Yeah, but then they'll chop the feet off and.
Well, that's reasonable. That's kind of
show,
at least.
Yeah, they put them out of their misery. Yeah.
A weird ass fucking thing I saw on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody posted a used foot vagina, like a fleshlight foot.
You mean the? Oh,
yes.
Fuck, there's a name for them.
It's
you're like fuck the ankle of it. Yeah.
Yep. Then they had an option on it. What do you think the option was? Do you think it was color, size?
It was the vajankle. The vajankle. That's what people were calling
the
this thing. The vajankle. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember.
Hang on, are these brand new on
No,
Marketplace?
used.
Okay, cleaned or not cleaned?
No.
Allegedly.
Left or right?
No black lights allowed.
Left or right?
I've seen so many stupid things on Facebook Marketplace that are legitimate fucking things. And then you always see the smart ass that's like, I got a plastic bag. I know what I have. And it's like,
My
what the
favorite
fuck are you doing?
people trying to sell drugs on Facebook Marketplace. I see that at least once a month. People just being like, yeah, weed, fucking $50 a quarter bag on Facebook. Just like thousands of people around here seeing that. I was like, how cooked are you?
I saw a fucking YouTube short today when I went to make myself food. It said, I don't think you're supposed to be selling yourself on Facebook Marketplace. So I was like, wait, what the fuck? No, we're going back to this. And I scrolled back up to the video. This dude responded to a mirror that was being sold as, are you selling the woman in the mirror? First message, showed the entire thing. Probably fake, who gives a fuck? But if that is your first instinct of, can I buy the woman in the mirror? This world is doomed. Absolutely fucking doomed.
Boomer thinking he's being slick with that one, but that's just creepy and fucking weird.
Well, there was one similar to that. I don't know if it was selling a mirror or if it was trying to show a room off or something, but it was a shot, but it was a reflection of the person with the camera.
Yep.
And they were fully naked.
Yep.
I love those.
They were taking
That's like
the
a
photo.
fucking genre. Like Marketplace photos with like someone's dick hanging out in a mirror or like a reflection. I've seen like a dozen of those, man. Literally.
I follow a Facebook group that's people taking pictures in mirrors, selling them. Whatchamacallit? There's a porn subreddit for porn taken in mirrors that are being sold.
Oh my fucking god. That's extreme. That's fucking extreme.
Obviously, with Reddit being down right now, I can't fucking check. But I guarantee you that sub has 100K
It's still down.
subs.
Damn, holy fuck.
Yeah, it's been.
I don't use it enough, man. I use Reddit like a fucking few times a week. I don't use it every day.
DGen B moves, 100% new.
R//mirrors
for sale.
Yeah, he knows.
I knew it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's a very niche fetish. No, it is not, Cloudy. You might think of it as a niche thing. You want to know exactly what that is? That is the one of having an OnlyFans, but being shamed and not being able to have the balls to do it. Or you're an exhibitionist. That is all it is.
If you break the mirror, is that 7 years of bad sex?
I don't know. It depends on if you sit your balls on the mirror first.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, you drop your shaft on it, see how many times it breaks. Count the breaks. If it's even, you got good luck. If it's odd, you don't.
You literally see that coming.
Yeah, exactly. Soon you'll be seeing red.
Fuck's sake.
It's
B moves. No, niche fetish, not niece fetish, mate. Wrong word. Wrong word. Fuck.
fucking hell. It is absolutely insane the things that have been going on. So
Rest in peace, Rolf Harris.
do you want to drop my story list in the chat so that way we can
I'll find
go
it
into
here.
a story and then we'll go into the fucking shit
Give
with
me
it.
2 moments.
So as always, check out Swifty Hemco on their website. Use code RMTS pod at checkout for 20% off, I believe. And then RMTS on Gfuel. That link in the chat, keep that to yourself. Do not share that. Do not repost that in the Twitch chat. That is random stories of my life. I cannot bring it up, so I need you to tell me what the title is, and you can pick one.
These are mostly chronological order.
They are all chronological.
It's actually been a hot
order.
minute since
Yeah.
we've kind of done this in an episode. Fuck.
Yeah, it's been a while. So, Brock, feel free to pick a number. Just tell me what the title is, and I can break it all down for you.
Does it matter if they're highlighted or not?
If they're highlighted, as long as they're not red, absolutely fine. Red means I've told it like 3 times, and then color is just dependent on how many times I've told it or talked about it or whatever. I have an eidetic memory, so it's fun, and I can just withdraw things that most people.
The way
would not
most of
be
these
able
are
to.
worded too, they
They
still
make you
so
worry.
many that make me want to ask questions, but then I scrub them from my brain immediately because I just.
You don't want to know, but you also want to know.
I don't. I do.
I reckon
You know.
maybe number 12.
What is that?
That is going on a plane and getting robbed.
Okay.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, the first time I was robbed. So I was in first grade. Absolutely loved fucking Pokemon. The second Pokemon came out, went full balls deep into Pokemon, probably early 1998-ish. Started buying the cards, started buying the games. I was fucking 3 years old, playing Pokemon Red, playing Pokemon Blue, playing all of the hours that I possibly could.
Just to interject, I'm not named after the Pokemon character, by the way.
You're rock hard, man, regardless of what happens.
I will never think of anything else.
Yep.
Other than him when I hear that name, and I have a second cousin named Brock who I grew up with, and still it's Brock from Pokemon first every time.
I could completely describe the person that I imagine when I hear the name Brock, but that would go against TOS.
God fucking damn it.
And there's 100% somebody we both know that describes somebody like that, and they got swiftly banned from quite a few friend groups.
Mm-hmm.
So back to what I was saying. Absolutely love Pokemon. Putting all the hours into it. And my mom's mom just passed away. So this is right as I started going into like my suicidal ideation stage at fucking 3 and 4 years old. Absolute blast of a time. Nobody should want to fucking deal with that shit, but I was. My mom's best friend, her lesbian girlfriend, the person that broke up with her before I was born, leaves New York State, moves to Utah. Because, you know, for some reason, and not being hateful, I don't understand why Mormons and lesbians go to Utah, but there seems like congregations of both.
They just want to live a simple life, man. Fucking.
No, it literally doesn't. It's
pussy.
a stereotype that doesn't make sense, but they're there. So we decided about a year later to go on a trip to Utah. It was me, my little sister, and my mom. We started getting everything ready, packing up everything, and I had half a fucking backpack worth of snacks. Literally half the fucking backpack of like a backpack you would bring to school worth of snacks. Look, top part of it, I had some fucking wrestlers from WWE and WCW in there because, you know, you had to play with fucking wrestlers. And
Rey Mysterio, Mark Henry.
No, that's too late. You're thinking
Yeah,
like
nah,
mid-2000s.
I guess, yeah, you're mid-90s. Yeah, shit.
So
we
I
Iron
had
Sheik.
Sting.
Oh no,
I had
mid-90s.
Sting.
Austin,
I had Goldberg. I had Steve Austin. You know, all the big people from then.
Rock.
Yep. So this was like 2001-ish. So I'm like 6, 7 at the time. Oh yeah, I was in kindergarten, so I was 6. And I I didn't close my backpack fully when I grabbed a snack and grabbed my wrestlers out. Sat my fucking Game Boy at the top of my backpack and didn't fully zip it closed. Some reason I left the Game Boy on, and I remember that. I don't understand why. But I was like, fuck it. You know what? I didn't catch that fucking Zubat. I reached down to grab my fucking Game Boy back up. I was in the rock tunnel, which is the weirdest part that I actually remember where the fuck I was. And obviously no backlight, so the screen's fucking black.
That was the worst part of the old Game Boys. You're always fucking on the school bus trying to get good lighting.
Exactly.
Man. Yeah.
So I bend over, which how we sat in the plane. My mom and my sister were in a row together because there was a 2-seater on each side, and I was on the other side of the row by myself. And I look down and I bend over to grab my backpack, and my fucking Game Boy is gone. Everything from the top half of my backpack, everything except my snacks are gone. No drinks.
God damn it.
The 2 or 3 wrestlers that I left in there are gone. My fucking Game Boy's gone. And I'm like, fuck. And then, time skip, like a next 2 fucking 3-4 hours, goes. And I turn around on this plane that went straight from Newark, New Jersey to Utah. I turn around, the fucking kid behind me was playing my fucking Game Boy.
What a sleazy little bastard.
I look at this as a parent nowadays, and I'm like, who in the fucking right mind just lets their kid grab something off the ground and just keep it? That is a shitty fucking parent. Like,
I mean, they just found it there.
Yeah.
Just happened to be on the plane, you know.
Maybe.
Well, the good thing is you could have, if you couldn't find the kid behind you had it, like let's say you didn't know where it was, you could have just said to the stewardess, hey, look, someone's nicked my Game Boy and my wrestlers.
I was told at that point being loud and obnoxious was wrong, and I was very impressed at the time. Yeah.
Tell them nicely, but then they could say, hey, look, we're not landing this plane until you give it back.
You were lucky.
You were in a holding pattern for 2 hours looking for a Game Boy.
The only thing I asked for at this time was video games and 2-liter bottles of soda so that way I could sleep. Which sounds ass backwards to most people, but that's how I was made to sleep when I went to my dad's house, which is the weirdest fucking thing in the world, but...
You just get the big caffeine high and then you ride it out and you sleep. Well, it's sugar high too. That's the sugar.
I have ADHD. Yeah. Like, it literally worked. I was told, here, have a 2-liter bottle of soda a day. You'll be fine.
Jesus.
By the end of the day, I was sleeping. Oh, we know you had a much different way of getting to sleep at your dad's house, B-Moose.
That's fucked up.
He brought you in the basement.
Voluntary.
Yep.
Yeah.
But God. Like, shit's fucking weird. Like, looking back at that shit and just being like, yeah, that shit was 100% stolen by the fucking dipshit behind me. And then, during that fucking
How'd you feel? Did you want to yell bomb and then just be like, nah, I was just fucking with you guys. You stole my Game Boy.
During that trip, I
do.
Almost died twice. Opposite ways, too. So we went to a softball game.
God.
That my mom's ex-girlfriend was playing in. But if you know fucking Utah, it was 120 fucking degrees because for some fucking reason, everybody thought it was a smart idea to go in fucking the middle of July. I don't know why that was a good idea, but that's when we went. And 120 when it's fucking dry heat is fucking gross. It just is. And I had a black...
It's north of 40 for the rest of the world, everyone out there. You're just here running conversions.
Like, I was just about to. What did you say?
I'm getting close enough. I know 100's fucking hot. Like that's hot enough.
So I had on a black T-shirt that had on the monster truck barefoot. If anybody remembers the old school monster trucks, it was a red Dodge Ram, one of my favorites. But I had on that shirt, and it overheated me so bad, and I was so dehydrated. They were wondering if I went into a heat stroke and was
you're just like fucking delirious, probably, bro.
Oh, I was literally falling over myself. Like the only time I've ever seen myself like that is when I'm almost greened out. Like falling over myself.
You're still playing fucking Pokemon, but you haven't had your Game Boy for like 2 days. Just fucked up off dehydration.
So you didn't get the Game Boy back?
No,
You didn't?
no.
Oh,
I'd be so pissed. No, I would have caused a scene. Don't give a fuck.
I
what
was
age.
pissed. I would've-
No, I'd be getting that Game Boy.
I
I'd
was
huck
pissed.
that fucking kid out of the plane. I don't care.
Like, I remember the day that I got that Game Boy. Literally, I remember walking into the Ames. I remember the full entire layout of the Ames. I remember where the fucking game was in the fucking in the wall, where the fucking plastic cartridges of where the fucking the games were boxed in and everything else. I remember it down to exactly where the aisles were lined up in the electronics section. It is bad.
Did you grow up with having everything of yours with your name written on it?
No,
Okay.
no.
Did you? Was that a thing you had to do with siblings, multiple siblings, or what?
Multiple siblings and just were like, yeah, I guess parents didn't want,
Shit
things
disturbing
from-
kids to steal your crap.
steal crap. Yeah,
Yeah.
like to the point where, on the back of underwear and
No,
shirts,
on the
inside
bright
hats.
side, I only had two sisters that were younger than me, so I never had to share down with things that were actually mine. Everything you have to share, obviously. You have to share the PlayStation 2 to let them play their fucking Barbie game once a fucking month for the hour that they fucking do it until you break it and snap it in half because you're fucking sick and tired of them taking over the TV. But other than that, you don't fucking share very much. It's just kind of, you got your own things, they got their own things. It's kind of separate. Unless you want to bring them outside to play cars. But
So I'm the oldest of three. So I had a brother. Well, my folks were married for 3 years, no kids. And then they had three in 3 years. So
Holy shit.
I think the TV broke. But yeah, so
That's
there's
a good
13 months between myself, my brother, and then my brother and my sister. So
Hmm.
my brother we'd always have a room growing up, being the two guys. But it was good because we could share. Like if we wanted a PlayStation, I will go halves.
You only need
Want
one
a
of
TV,
anything.
go
almost.
halves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when I think he was the first one to leave home, so we had to divvy everything up. It's like, well, I'll keep the PlayStation because you're not much of a gamer these days. All right, you take the TV. Yeah. Well, I made the cabinet, so I'll keep. We're just working out who took what. Where my sister just she had her own room and had her own things. But
with that situation, did you ever feel like you guys were discredited because your sister didn't have to go halfsies on everything?
No, I felt like we could get more because of the half thing. Because if she was wanting a PlayStation, she'd have to fork out that whole money for it herself.
I'm saying from your parents, not from you doing it yourself.
Nah.
I don't know. Like I had that conversation with my kids, and I told them, I was like, yeah, there's going to be times where I have to give this kid more effort, or you more effort, or the baby more effort. Like it changes depending on who the fuck needs it at that time. That level of effort changes, but that kid perceives it differently.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
I
fucking
don't
jealousy.
think
Obviously, they're just going to perceive it as that. Most kids.
we got to do everything we wanted to do, and
like both my sisters are special needs. My younger older sister has CP, and then my younger sister is special needs in a much different way. She's sort of retarded, but like they've got so much more effort and so much more time. It was very hard when I was withdrawing myself completely to see those differences as a kid. Now trying to articulate that to my kids, it's kind of weird to show that disparity. And hey, kids need different levels of effort always, but that doesn't mean that there's different levels of care.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good thing to explain to kids from a young age anyway. I don't think a lot of parents probably think of that.
Well,
that makes sense. Some kids are going to need more attention than others at different points, and should just expect it.
If you have a baby who's trying to learn how to walk, that's a lot of fucking work. It just is. That's not.
You're just worried about them fucking starting to crawl up shit and fucking falling backwards and smacking their head on crap.
I saw this thing on YouTube
always
Shorts,
bubble
actually.
wrap.
What?
I said there's always bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Wrap the kid up in that.
So whatchamacallit? I fucking saw this YouTube short, and it's like, you got to know how to parent kids. Remember that you were one. Not as a way to outsmart them and be an asshole to them because you already knew what they were going to do. But understand you were broken or wrong at that time too, and let them make the mistake and show them how to fix it. Don't just make them the bad person because they made the mistake. So many parents don't remember that they heard, oh, well, you're going to do this. And you're like, well, I'm never going to be my parent. I'm going to understand. And then you forget that you didn't want to be your parent. And you say the same sentence they did.
Yeah. I haven't got kids, but if I ever do end up with them, I'll probably be done for kidnapping. But if I have kids of my own, I should say.
Well, I promise you, please don't ever buy a white van after this. And
No.
please never write free candy on the side of it.
We won't save the VOD for this. It's fine. It's fine.
I get all the no-name lollies or candy, whatever you want to call it. So the boiled lollies.
You get the
I don't
cheap
go
shit
for the
after
high price.
Halloween.
Yeah.
That's how you really stock up, man.
Yeah. But I'll be the type that'll make, let the kid eat dirt, so to speak. Like,
Oh yeah, they gotta figure shit out for themselves.
Hit their knee because they ran into something too quick, and I'm not going to be a helicopter parent, as they call them.
Well, at the minimum, make them explain what their thought process is in wanting to do the thing that they want to do, which is something that I never got. I don't know if either of you got it. Like, my parents would be like, "Don't do that. Don't do that." It's like, why not? Make me explain why I want to do it, or you explain why I can't do it. Don't just tell me I can't, because then you're going to make me want to do it more. If you tell me I'm dumb, at least explain why I'm dumb. Like, have the level of understanding that I'm not dumb, please, because that level is fucking ridiculous that so many parents just don't give a fuck. They just hold it there and like, no, don't do that. Yes. Yeah. You want to be seen and not heard. Okay, whatever. But that's not how life works at all.
Well, I watched my 7-year-old niece the other day. I was around at my brother's house, and she's pretty sharp. I'd say she's sharper than most for her age. But she was playing, what is it, Roblox or whatever the game is?
Yeah.
And she'd found, unbeknownst to me, she'd found some YouTube video with the code for something to get, I don't know, hats or items or whatever it is. So she had her iPad out. She took a screenshot of the code. No one's paying her any attention at this stage. Like my brother and sister-in-law are discussing something because my sister-in-law had an assignment ready, so they were helping that out. I was just standing there waiting for their attention, but I was watching my niece. Took a screenshot, went up, got a tissue, came back with a tissue, put it on the
traced out the letters.
Then wrote the
got
a text that wrote the code out, and then got rid of the screenshot. Got another one. Sort of repeated it because I looked. I said, "What are you trying to scam over there?" She said, nothing. So she's she's doing that. But I thought it would be funny if my brother gets like a massive bill at the end of a month on Google Play or something. She's gotten in somehow.
Fucking iPad kids.
Yeah.
It's funny. Whatchamacallit? Andrew Tate shared this fucking quote probably like 2 years ago. He said, "You want to know what's funny? You give a kid to a dad and everything changes. A mom will sit there and be like, oh, the kid's crying. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Let me go make you something to eat. Oh, you want to watch TV? Here's an iPad. Go sit on the iPad." And every single time that they don't get what they want, they scream. They're not happy. Nothing's okay. They rely on that mother for everything. They have no autonomy at all. It's really funny when you hand that same kid to the dad, all of a sudden that kid realizes, let's go get something to eat. You come do it with me. Let's go do it. Oh, you want to go do something? Let's go do something. All of a sudden that screen disappears. That need for having that person to do it for you disappears. But as a whole, it's fucking weird when you just change how that kid gets seen. It's what level of attention does that kid get and how does it react to it. And it's one-to-one every single fucking time. B-Moves, my kid will only get an iPad to watch the latest PK and Destiny videos.
No.
You'll get an iPad. I'm Android, so they won't get an iPad. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. That's fucking what I want to hear. Exactly. Yeah, kids gotta be able to be fucking bored.
Pixel 7
today.
Pro,
Kids
baby.
I'm a big fan of Google devices too. I've had 2 Pixels now. I love them.
I love my iPhone.
Yeah,
Look,
he's
I
an
like-
Apple guy. We
I
won't
like
roast
Mac
him for it.
computers.
I won't.
Like Mac does computers well, but phones, I'm not a
They just haven't changed shit with
They're
iOS.
different.
It feels
I
like
like
it
to
did
be able
fucking
to do
15
what I-
years ago.
They're
I like to
different
be able
things.
to do what I want on my phone when I want.
Of
I don't want
course.
to be told. Yes, you can. now
And of
do this."
course, Google's own phones, they get like pretty much the furthest fucking software updates into the future for most Android phones. Plus, they get like the cleanest fucking version of their OS, more or less. Yeah, I just love it.
I went to a concert Sunday night with my niece and my brother. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Baby Metal.
Baby metal.
Is this a genre or a band?
That's a
genre?
band.
Never heard.
I completely expected that to be a genre. I really
The
fucking
genre is kawaii metal, I think it is, which is Japanese for cute metal.
So it's
So it's
screaming about being a cute little baby and being given binkies.
No, no. Baby Metal's the name of the band. So I don't think baby as in
No, I
Is this
They
just like
did-
some fusion of metal and like J-pop? What is
Yes.
this? Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
It is. They've been going for
Weird.
like 10 years when they started,
Damn.
like when they're about 12 or something. So they're early 20s, mid 20s.
Oh,
now.
what the fuck? Okay.
Three girls with a sort of the type, J-poppy anime type things, but with a band behind it that just rips your face off like chaga,
That sounds wild. I gotta check them out.
Yeah.
oh my god.
So I got my niece into it. So we saw them live.
She's fucking 7 years old.
Yeah. And they don't, how
That's awesome.
you like that for metal. Well, Baby Metal do that because they have a whole backstory of like, the fox. This is the fox god. So they've got their own sort of backstory, and the fox god picked the 3 girls to do. Yeah, it's crazy to. They did. I think it was 2014. They did Download Festival in.
But
the
they've
UK.
basically been at this half their fucking lives.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's fucking
Yeah,
insane.
and
I've definitely never heard of them before.
So
Yeah, it's crazy.
2 things, and then you could continue with your story. I'm not trying to be a douchebag, just ADHD. It's here.
Yeah, no.
So when I picture these people, and tell me if I'm absolutely incorrect, I can imagine goth people that are wearing all pink instead of black. And it's
no.
just like, I understand that's an impulse, but that is completely something that's fucking with me, and that's what I imagine. And I said a joke the other day about something about half my life, and it really just fucked me up because something you said earlier actually drew me to that thought as well. I'm 28, right? Yeah. Next year I will be 30. So as of next year, half of my life I've been a dad.
Oh, wow.
That's really fucking
That's
weird.
pretty fucked to say at 30. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I remember when I was when that shit
Jesus.
started happening. I said, look, babe, we'll be out of our first kid when we're 34. Our first kid will move out when we are 34. She's like, that's
fucking
crazy.
weird to think of.
Yeah.
That is weird to think of.
Yeah.
I'll just,
Fuck.
I can't click that. If I click that, it's going
Oh.
to screw up the entire street.
I'm just gonna
This
say-
is just a photo of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a photo.
Yeah, they don't look very gothic. They look like what you would imagine a J-pop band made of 3 very short Asian girls would look like, just with more black.
But like combining the 2 thoughts of like pink bubblegum pop and fucking screamo, I imagine goths that are just replace black leather with pink leather and they're still spikes. But Hello Kitty is on top of every spike.
What's the TOS in regards to music on?
None.
No, okay.
Yeah, because it's going up on YouTube, so it would remove it as soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally, I just do whatever I want on Twitch.
Like
but
they have a
if it's
song
going
called
up on
"Give Me."
YouTube, yeah.
They have a song called "Give Me Chocolate," which is my niece's favorite. It's most of the songs are in Japanese. As they've gotten older, they've incorporated a little bit more English. But
Okay.
It's
Yeah, that was the first result when I just typed them in YouTube. 177 million views on that, and that's almost a decade old. Yeah.
yeah. And that is they had circle pit going on Sunday night. People just in the mosh pit going crazy.
Maybe I might just be fucking weird. I don't understand why the fuck there is a pit, and I don't understand moshing at all in the slightest. It might be the fact that I grew up fucking ghetto as fuck. I do not understand that shit in the slightest. Why the fuck am I dancing like I'm fighting people and shoving people without just swinging? It looks retarded. It sounds retarded. If I push you too hard, then we do get in a fight. It fucking doesn't make sense.
It's like everything. There's levels to it all. You don't have to be throwing yourselves into each other. See, that's what people assume. It's like some fucking crazy Ace of Spades concert where people are getting like trampled to death or some shit. No. There's good mosh pits and there's bad mosh pits.
Teletubby in the mosh pit at the concert.
Fuck off.
And they were like a bigger person too, and they were the green Teletubby. I don't know the Teletubbies, but they were a green one.
And that's not Poe. Poe's the red one.
Yeah, you could just see his little green like antenna going around in the where we were sitting, where we were above. Yeah.
Tinky, Winky, Gypsy, Lala, and Poe. Yup, that's fucking disgusting eidetic memory. It's okay.
What's the kid's name?
Their names.
What's the son?
Then there's the little robot thing. I don't.
No, but what's the
vacuum thing?
Does the son have a name? The baby?
Not that I know of. No.
Oh, okay.
I just remember the other ones because it was in the intro song, and
which was the gay one? The one with the handbag? Was that the purple one?
Yes. Yes.
They actually didn't the case actually come out and say
The purple one was Tinky Winky. The yellow one was Lala. The green one was Gypsy, and I believe he had a top hat that was cow print. And then the red one was Poe and was really shy and had a hole.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was canon. That's canon. Yep. You're not lying. I don't remember. Yeah, see, like I watched all that shit as a kid. I just don't remember.
There's a lot of cum jokes in that show, actually, about fucking splattering fucking tubes everywhere.
Oh, because the custard. Yeah, why was custard such a big
custard?
Thing
Time for cummy custard. Yeah.
Well, the with this circle mosh pit thing,
we gotta thank all of the Aussies for all of the cummy custard because that's definitely not American. We don't use custard. That is not a sentence we use in the slightest.
There was a band, Aussie band called Custard too. Rock band.
I feel like I've heard of them. I think I've heard of them.
No, he's not.
I don't think they've done much for a while. But the last mosh pit they did, everyone moved back for the circle, and then there was one guy, and I think he must have had a couple of friends, but they kept hoisting him up to he was standing straight up on top of the shoulders of someone else.
Jesus.
Also. And he had his phone out, so he would have got some awesome shots and that. But just before they ran in, they were in the middle. They hoisted him up, and then everyone just ran in. It looked crazy, but
it's crazy. Yeah. 10 years ago, I would say that's not where I wanted to be. But after seeing fucking Astroworld, that's the only answer where to be.
Oh yeah, on top, not on the bottom.
Nope.
You just swim up. Yep.
Swim up, climb on top of people.
Well, we sat
6'5" is not enough.
I was surprised not everyone stood up because I thought once they came out, even though we had seats, we were all going to stand. But everyone sat, so I was like, okay, that suits us. Better for a 7-year-old too. You can see what if everyone stood.
And being in a fucking mosh pit, yeah.
Like I said there after the concert, I said, "You want to be down there next time we go see him?" I said, "Nah." They'll go
good
crazy.
Choice, smart kid.
But yeah, no, I was. What led me to talk about the concert was the phone. I had my Pixel 7 Pro, so I was taking video with that, and then I went back and stabilized it and unblurred it, and magic eraser to get rid of anyone I didn't want in there.
It is insane to see the level that phones have come with AI, and most people have no idea that it is there. I don't know about Google Pixels and all that shit, like in depth wise, but if I have a fucking picture on my iPhone and there's a person in it, I can literally auto remove the person and pick up and copy and paste them in any application.
Yeah, we can. We've got Magic Eraser
Just
on.
grab the faces. Yeah,
Not just faces. It'll literally auto click out the entire person.
That's
like
pretty
you would
neat.
want to do for fucking thumbnails or whatever. You could literally
Yeah.
hold the person and it will auto pull. And it's
Holy
like
fuck! Wow,
that's fucking fantastic.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
I like not on the camera side of things with the Pixel Pros, but the screen call and the on hold. So if you get a call and you don't know the number, you just hit screen call, and Google will start talking to the person saying, "Hi, the person's got a screening service. Please tell us why you're calling." And then it just you don't hear anything. But
I've
it
had
just
that prompt before, and I've never used it.
Yeah, so
I
it
didn't know
just
that's actually even
transcribes
what it
it.
does.
Apple
Okay.
has that
Yeah.
too. They just
Neat.
released that subway. Siri will auto read you their voicemail as they leave it to you. So as they say words, Siri will automatically spit it right back out to you.
Yeah, this isn't
That's fucking
voicemail. This
cool.
is a
I like
live call
Yeah.
because you can pick up the call at any time. So if it's,
I
let's say
think
you
that's
called
probably going to
me
be available too with the new
and
update.
I didn't know your number, and you
Yeah.
said, "Hey, it's Zach here. I want to talk to you about this week's podcast. What you're going to be on?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't know that number." I can then hit and say, "Hey, sorry, man, I didn't know the number, so I was just
It's
screening."
okay, bro.
That's sick. That's so convenient. That's fucking awesome.
I think me and Ippo had the start of this conversation at least. Did you guys see the new fucking index that Apple is releasing for AR and IR? That thing
Yeah,
is
they're
fucking insane.
The Vision,
crazy new
Yeah.
goggles. Yeah.
the Vision thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like how
$3,000
it's got the
fucking
thing on the front of the eyes to show your eyes when you
But
the cameras.
yeah, the level of shit that
It's
they
wild.
added to that thing. So they made it so that way you can use it as a fucking index for your entire computer as well, just like all the
Yeah,
other
you,
ones
like
and everything else.
VR
Yep.
is already at the point where you can just
All
do
you have
any
to do
regular
is-
task on your computer in VR, and they're gonna have that same shit, like virtual monitor
Yep.
floating in front of you for
Yep.
a computer, basically. It's just wild.
You just have to look at your MacBook where you got it on, and it'll recognize your MacBook, and it'll then take that MacBook screen, and then you can have that wherever.
Exactly. And then
Really, I didn't realize they were going to that level with the integration between their devices. That's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
well, that's the cool thing about the M1 and M2, which is why I like having all of it, because it makes it so seamless to be able to throw things in between things.
It's fucked that they're packing that chip into a headset. That's fucking wild. Like one of the best
They
standalone
pack
mobile
it
processors
into
out there right now. So fucked.
they pack
So
it into
fucked.
the iPad Pros.
Yeah, I know. It's
That
wild.
thing is
like
disgusting. Like if
good
I had
ass
to get
laptop CPUs. They're wild.
if I had to get a laptop right now, I would be getting an iPad Pro.
Really.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I already had a monitor, so that's why I got the Mac Mini with the M2, because
The Mac Minis have always been cool. I love the small form factor shit, and like you can do so much with them. They're fucking cool.
and I've got a base that it sits on that gives me 1, 2, 3 more regular USB ports, 2 SD cards, extra SD card slots, USB at the front, I think another USB at the back, and a headphone jack. And I can put a solid state drive in the base as well to have more storage on it, which I didn't do. I just bought a old HDD. Couldn't be bothered. Couldn't find where I live.
The interesting
specific
thing that
one.
they added, and it was to FaceTime of all things, was they are allowing the goggles to scan your face and create you an
yes.
avatar based off of what it perceives you to look like.
So you
Jesus.
can see, yeah.
And if you are on a FaceTime call with somebody else with the same glasses, it will do the same thing, and it will be your avatar faces talking and communicating back and forth. Because you're on a video call
That's
without
spooky.
the availability of seeing your face.
Yeah. That's fucking
Like
weird. I can't wait to see that in action. That's actually fucking cool.
Either it's going to be
I knew
amazing
they'd always
or
do
it's
some
going to be
cool
jank.
shit with it. This will
Yeah.
be the coolest. It's gonna be jank. Of course, it's gonna be jank. But this will be like some of the coolest hardware Apple's made since like
The iPhone.
fucking iPhone. Honestly, since their early touchscreen shit like that. Yeah, straight up.
It makes me really interested in what's coming next, because I have a feeling there's going to be crazier shit now. There's a lot of AI coming very, very fucking far. Whether that's fucking audio, whether that's fucking writing shit or drawing shit or whatever the fuck. Shit
Coding
is
shit.
changing.
It's spooky.
Well, just the apps that you can get, like there's an app called Reface that just automatically,
Mhm.
you do your deep fakes. There's another one called Lulumar, because deepfake used to have Reface used to have a component where you could deepfake the audio in
Yep.
to a 15-second clip,
Oh,
which
you now can do all of those in different fucking applications too.
yeah. So I used to use that. I'd get there's a website called Fake You. Well, there's a few of them, but
Yeah.
and another one called UberDuck, I think, which has the text-to-speech deepfake. So you type in what you want. Let's say Joe Biden, for argument's sake, have him saying something silly. Then I'd record it, put it on my phone, play it on my phone, and put it through and have it done then. But then Reface took that away, that option.
Fuck.
Yeah, because they
and
start with all of the shit, and this might not have connected with you because it didn't go through all the way to Facebook and podcasting as far if you don't watch Twitch and stuff. But a lot of the larger female Twitch streamers and stuff, they were deep faking them into fucking porn.
Yeah, nah. I've seen.
It's
I'm
become
on
a massive problem for any prominent people online. Honestly, it's so fucking weird.
Well, there's a program called Swapface.
Yeah, Swapface got blocked because of it. It's being removed off the iOS store because of it. They had to change their entire business model because of it. It's bad.
Yeah, well, they said because they said, oh, you were going to have a Mac version coming out because I've got the PC, my old PC, I've got it on there, and then in their Discord, they've got a safe for work and a not safe for work one where people will post, the porn ones and stuff like that. But yeah, because I'm just hanging out to have it Mac. Because all the deepfakes I do are for comedy purposes. They're not nefarious, and I always tag them on YouTube as deepfakes, and I've got a subcategory in the playlist of deepfakes. So I make it apparent that plus who the hell. Joe Rogan wouldn't be talking about my podcast. Put it that way.
You're not trying to mislead people, and that's the thing. Shit like ChatGPT, you get it to try to write like fake news stories, and it says like, "Oh, I will not intentionally write something that's meant to mislead people," and then you give it the same prompt again, and you just say, "But write it in a way that's not intentionally misleading people and is plainly obvious without saying so that it's satire or shit like that," and then you can just get it to work around its own shit. Like people can still make it to write malware and stuff. Like it's fucking dangerous.
How people
have
made AI Drake music or AI Kanye music, and the shit that they are doing now is absolutely fantastic. But there are a few fucking artists that said, put my name on it. I will own 50% of it, and whatever money we make, you own 50% credit.
I think Grimes has done that. They had a competition for it.
I don't.
Use my deep fake voice.
Grimes is the one that married Elon Musk, right?
I think, yeah.
This was a dude rapper, the one that I'm talking about. I don't remember his name, but
I got
like not that big. I've never heard Grimes' music. Don't fucking know.
No, me neither.
Probably not for you.
Yep,
I like some of her shit actually. Very weird, but
I made Biden rap "Hypnotized" by Biggie.
Fuck off! I have to hear that. That's sick. I love that song.
It's a bit rough, but
I'm working on a new intro for this show with because I just use old game music 90% of the time. I want to create a version of Men's Mental Health Stand by Eminem. So like essentially the reverse of I'm being.
Well, there's a couple of good M&Ms. There's some people have put out like these different eras. Yeah. So
like young Eminem voice, middle-aged Eminem voice, today Eminem voice.
Marshall Mathers LP
different
era,
styles, I guess.
Slim Shady era. I got Trump singing my Milkshake, or Milkshake by Khalees.
Fuck.
Did you know that chick's married to a fucking... Who the fuck was it? Me and fucking...
She was married to Nas.
No,
Nas.
It's not Nas.
No, she's dating Bill Murray now.
Bill Murray, yes, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Fucking Token comes in the other night. Zach, have you ever heard of this? And I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, that chick that sung that song when we were kids. I was like, this song? He's like, yeah, that song. She's dating Bill Murray. And I was like, I don't know if that's impressive or not, and which one of them it's impressive on. Because I have, other than
I
that
don't know how
one,
old she is.
other than that one music video, I do not know what that woman looks like at all. I just know
Can
her
you remember from
milkshake
the
brings
video?
all the boys to the yard.
Bill Murray included.
I assume that her titties are like triple, quadruple Fs, and she's like 180 pounds.
They're not that big actually. Yeah,
No, they're not. I'm
He
just
moves is writing fan fiction
Yep.
in the Twitch chat. I'm not even reading this. I'm not reading this. I can't.
yeah, that's against TOS. You can't read that. That's
But I got
that's Rule
Trump at the end of-
34 fanfic. You literally cannot read that out loud.
because I made a
Motherfucker,
I'm
we
not
are
reading
almost
it.
up
I'm not
24
reading
hours.
it.
You cannot fuck with us like
I'm
that.
not reading it. I'm not reading it.
hey. Oh, hang on.
We can make Brock read it though. He's the
God.
guest.
What, really?
So,
Why am I reading it?
Yeah, now you're reading it. So let's go into edgy Twitch territory. Twitch, go fuck yourself. We're gonna lead off with that. You've made absolutely horrible
Why,
business
dude?
decisions, and hopefully you don't come for me saying that. But the fact that you want to block all Stream Elements sponsorships because you don't get a part of them, you're a
That shit
fucking
is fucked.
scumbag piece of
It's
shit.
very greedy. They're greedy enough as is. They don't need to fucking stop that shit from happening.
Did you see the email? Because I know you got it too.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be less than 3% of your screen size if it is a sponsor at all on Twitch.
It's tiny. Yeah. Kind of sucks because it's something they never really cared about before. Like, you could have your fucking screen absolutely plastered with third-party ads, and they didn't give a fuck at all. As long as you're still staying within TOS, but now that's changed for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know if they're just afraid of people fucking off to, like,
With
other
what
competitors'
we were talking
platforms.
about with Kick last night, man.
It's going to drive
honestly,
more people away, honestly.
If Kick does that $16 an hour thing for the minimum,
Yeah, that's fucked.
I will be
That's
streaming
not
8
sustainable.
hours.
That's
I will be
not
streaming
sustainable.
8 hours a day until that is no longer sustainable for them. I promise you. At least 2 of our homies' channels will be live all.
I mean,
all
if
the
it's
time.
fucking
yeah.
a possibility, why wouldn't you try? Because that's like just such a novel concept in the terms of like streaming games to
You
actually
want
just
to
get
give
a
me
flat rate.
$1,500 a week? Like,
That's what I'm
let's,
saying. Like,
let's
that's
do
wild.
it. I'm gonna
That's
play
why-
video games on top of everything else I do. Dude, that's stacking cash on top of the growth that you'll get because of everybody doing it and everything else. That's huge. But
Oh, sorry.
what? No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I put a link in the chat there. I don't know if
Oh, I
any
got
of
it.
you can open it and watch it prior, like without putting it on.
Yeah.
But
But
and then if you think you want to put it on, be welcome.
yeah, Ippo can present it if you would like to, and I can add it if we would like to.
It does have a little bit of music on it, so I'm not sure.
Music
Yeah.
that'll get fucky with YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably will. I like that though. That's pretty good. And that was made just with one program or two.
Oh,
One for the music, one for the face, probably, right? Most likely.
yeah, in the voice, yeah. I just got the acapella or the instrumental of Milkshake, and then I think it was under Angry Trump. I think.
It doesn't sound
So-
angry. He's
Do you not use
Definitely a little
11
tilted.
Labs to set the voice to the tone of the music, or are you doing that by hand?
I'm not. Well, I didn't even know of 11 Labs. So there you go. That's something I'll just.
Well,
write in
11
the
Labs
note.
is one of the better AI voice ones. We have it. I got it for free from suing fucking Equifax. Not Equifax. Experian when they leaked everybody's fucking social security numbers.
Okay. No, I don't really sync up like tone and melody. No, so he's not actually singing. He's just.
No, I know that. But like I'm
Oh.
saying like on beat and stuff like that. Did you do that
Oh.
or did you do it by
As
hand
best as
or did you
I
use
did
an
it manually,
application?
yeah,
Yep.
as best as I could, yeah.
it's pretty good, honestly. It lined up pretty good.
Yeah, there's
But
an
yeah,
application.
Like that 5 years
people are
ago
using
would
for
be
it.
blowing people away.
Yep.
Like
It's so weird.
I did one with it had it was a clip from Joe Rogan Experience, pretty much bashing our podcast, saying that I don't know what they're doing. They're not even. They call themselves a podcast. Da, 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 da. And I've posted it because the way we do our podcast, we'll do the episode on Friday, and then we do a short every day, and then we will have like 2 deep fakes, a short from the current episode, a deep fake, short from the current, so on and so forth. So I did that for the deep fake for that particular day, and then linked it obviously in the description. And I showed someone, they're like, "Man, it's cool that you're on Joe Rogan, but I don't know why he's having a go at you. You know, why he's
having a go at somebody."
And I'm like,
wasn't actually
that's
on
not real.
me.
That's
Like,
not real.
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, really?" I said, "No, that's. Oh, can you do me something? You can teach me how to do it." So I ended up saying, "Oh, I use this and I use that." And then just 2 days ago, I had someone on Instagram message me in. They said, "Oh, are you a creator or deep faker?" And I said, "Oh, I dabble in it." And then they're like, "I've got some questions for you." And I thought, "Oh yeah, they're going to probably ask, what programs do I use or how hard is it?" But then they came back with, "How do you know if a video is deep fake or has been deep fake?"
Unless
like,
you pay hyper attention to it.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't unless
it's bad.
Whoever
know exactly what to look for, and it's not
it's like
really fucking good.
The person
basically
sort of lets you know, but obviously, if they're not, because their English was a bit broken, so I was trying to type back in broken English. Like, if they're doing it for bad reasons, you will,
you'll know.
Yeah, and then he sent me a video. He said, "Can you see if that's deep faked?" And I looked at it, and I did it in slow mo, and I couldn't, I didn't know who I was looking at for start, so I couldn't say, they've put face A on face B. So I didn't know whether it was the celebrity from another country because they looked like they were
some
Asian
dude fucking his wife on the security camera.
And I said, I can't tell. I can't tell. I said, sometimes if the face is partially obscured, then the deep fake will go away. Like the thing will go away for a split second or whatever. But yeah, I can't tell. And he hasn't replied back with that. I'm thinking, well, it's like, well,
random people are finding you're a fucking deep fake consultant now, and they're just asking you to verify fucking videos.
Like, cartoons are the easiest ones to do, which is obviously because you got a cartoon and their mouths are moving.
So
whatever.
I just saw some
ours are
dumb
hinged
shit.
at the back.
Yeah,
that's what I learned on South Park. Anyway,
exactly. So real men would be on Podbean. Motherfucker, we have an exclusive contract with fucking iHeartRadio. I think that's a little bit bigger than Podbean.
What's Podbean?
Yeah, what's Podbean? Podbean you have to pay for.
Good to see you, though, Egret.
Yeah.
In a minute, buddy.
Yeah, it's been a while since we talked about Super
Podbean.
Yeah.
Not on it, but I know of it.
I work with
Let's
Podbean.
slapping 100 bits down while he's at it. Much appreciated.
Exactly.
Dude.
Thank you, brother. So, Call of Duty also made stupid fucking moves this week. And this will lead into the Target shit. So there is 2 YouTubers that they finally decided to put in Call of Duty. They weren't COD pros. They weren't anything like that. They weren't fucking characters. They made characters out of Twitch streamers to put in the game as characters, which was cool. It kind of opened the floodgate for much larger creators to have that availability, like in Fortnite when Ninja took over that space and everything else, where they would have actual fucking streamers in the game and you could get your own character. They chose Tim the Tatman and NickMercs, I think is his name. So 3 days ago, NickMercs decided to post that children should not be influenced by LGBT conversations or pride stuff within school. Yes, you should support it, but it should not be taught openly to children as the answer. Just leave our kids out of this. They aren't the answer to enjoy this. Let them be. Leave the kids alone. That's all he said. There was videos and streams with it as well, but the tweet was just leave the kids alone. Completely agree. Yep.
Yeah.
He was removed from all Activision platforms. He's allowed to play the game. He is no longer a sponsored advocate for Activision. His product was removed from the store within 30 minutes of him saying it.
Wow.
The same company that has a Middle Eastern version of Activision that does not support Pride at all.
I was about to say, coming from a company like Activision, it's so good. just the way the fucking Activision Blizzard, their frat boy fucking culture and all the allegations against them, man, fucking disgusting.
Not only that, like if you go
Disgusting.
into like the politics of that shit, last year they had a vitiligo woman who was 3/4 black in the fucking World War II sim that came out last year, that was fighting on the front lines right next to you as you played as Germany.
It's very progressive.
Well, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Maybe not the most historically accurate,
Probably wouldn't.
but
Probably wouldn't. What did you say? Gaslight?
Gaslight, gatekeep,
Probably-
girl boss.
I probably wouldn't say gas.
You said it, not me.
fuck.
It's okay. She was on the Germans. She was accepted.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
They had masks. They're fine.
So
Yeah.
then, Tim, the Tap Man, said one of the most scary things for fucking all of this cancel culture bullshit. He said, "Me and my friend went into this. I demand Activision to remove my fucking bundle now."
No way. Fuck off.
That's hundreds of thousands of dollars. And
Oh, yeah,
he
it's a lot
flipped
of money
them
they're
the
gonna miss out
bird
on.
and said,
Good shit.
"You're not doing this. You're not removing my friend's account because you want him to shut up. Go fuck yourself. I'm out now too." They were looking at releasing a Dr. Disrespect costume this next season. So that would have been a third
Yeah.
YouTuber. They're not doing them anymore. I guarantee you we will not see another one at least
That's
in this
fucking
Call of Duty.
wild.
But that is crazy. That is YouTubers finally coming out against cancel culture. And not little small ones.
The
like
irony
us.
of that sentence.
Yeah.
Right?
But how many
Where it all
Finally-
began.
Finally
It's coming
coming
full
out.
circle,
Yeah.
man.
but how many of
So
them sat
poetic.
there and just accepted and oh, I gotta say this, I gotta say that. I honestly love you, Gfuel, but if you told me what I had to say, I'd tell you to go fuck yourself.
But they don't, which is
They
nice.
don't.
That's why
I
love
fucking
them.
love it.
They're
I love
fucking
Gfuel
great
more than
company.
anything. Obviously, they support us to no fucking end.
Love
But
them.
I think both of us would say my words mean more.
Yeah.
And the fact that larger creators are now doing the same thing is making everybody's words so much more powerful in this space. It's finally going to start actually changing things like we thought it was going to 8 years ago when Milo started growing, when you saw shitheads like that fucking growing. It's finally starting to do the thing that everybody expected it to. And it's weird.
I won't be happy till we've got Alex Jones back on every platform.
Well, you see, Eppo, it's more of the globalist fucking agenda keeping me off of the red fucking play button. They just want to take me away from everything because I'm actually telling you the truth. You know, they actually want to turn the
He was
frogs
right about a
gay.
lot of stuff. He was wrong about a whole lot of stuff, but
But
he
Ippo,
was right about a lot.
Ippo, did you see the shit going on in Target where they are actually targeting our fucking children by putting
see.
nude women, nude
very
men,
fucked up.
and nude trans people on
It's very
clothing
odd.
for children?
Just right out on the racks.
This is fucking absolutely disgusting.
odd.
Obviously,
Yeah.
this is all in parody because, you know, Alex Jones would never say any of this. But
No.
this shit is absolutely fucking insane. So I actually, one of my friends came down from Canada literally yesterday. He stopped by and he's like, "Yeah, I want to have a conversation about this. Didn't want to have it over text." I was like, "Bud, I don't understand any of this. Like, most of my family's some bit of LGBT. Like, my mom's fucking bisexual. He's gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, half of your family ends up being fucking lesbian, gay, or bi at some point. And it was just around all the time. I was like, none of that shit was pushed to the kids. Where the fuck did that change? Why the fuck is this acceptable now? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, there was a line before. Yeah, real men do talk shit. But whatchamacallit? I don't fucking get it, man. I genuinely don't. Where did that become the line to, okay, we're just going to go and gaslight this to the point where anybody coming out and saying that this isn't acceptable is then being a bigot.
Yeah, I fucking just despise that shit too. Like, it was gradual, obviously. It was fucking gradual.
You want to call me a bigot? My answer will be you are a pedophile. I will say it right here, right now, and I will stand on it. I do not care. It just is. You are putting sexuality and kids in the same
weird.
fucking sentence. You are a pedophile.
Weird to me.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's time and a place. And that place is like
College.
not in school. Yeah, fucking literally when you're of age.
Yeah.
Or close to it.
I saw a fucking GIF the other day, and it disgusted me. There was fucking toddlers and a dude twerking on the ground in a fucking miniskirt with his dick hanging out at a fucking drag time story hour. No, I'm sorry. This has to be some sort of fetish.
Those words shouldn't go together. That's
and just... it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. It is the same level of the people being nude in fucking mirrors. It is a fetish. I'm sorry. It just is.
Yeah.
You are a pedophile.
We can't let that get normalized. Like people who are exhibitionists putting their dick in the corner of a photo on Facebook. You know they know it's there. Yeah. Man. You fucking know they know it's there. They're posting that on purpose.
But there is no way in hell that many people in the world are fucking nudists.
Okay, there's definitely a lot of accidents in the mirror pictures, but some of those they're doing it for the laughs or they're doing it.
I saw this one. It was a $60 TV. Maybe. It was a $60 flat screen TV. This old lady had her tits hang down to her belly button. She could have used them as a jump rope as she tied her nipples together because they were that high.
Christ. No. Keep you warm through the winter, though. Wrap them around you.
Earmuffs.
On the bright side, some guys, when they get in bed, they'll figure out